It's time for Frank Walks.
All right, we got another episode here of Frank Walks, and today I'm joined by Rico Bosco and one of the hottest names in college basketball, Bryan Hodgson. You know, he's leading Arkansas State to the top of the Sun Belt Conference, and as March Madness approaches, he's got the Red Wolves poised to make a run in March. Let's go for a little walk.
Let's do it. I appreciate that introduction. Hopefully, we can hold true to that tonight.
We don't want to get too specific, yes, it will be coming out
that's
tonight.
right. That's right.
But I mean, your second season here in Jonesboro, Arkansas, and you've turned things around in just 2 years. From arrival, last year you had them competitive, and this year you have them battling at the top of the conference. What has been some of the keys to the turnaround?
Yeah, I think getting the right guys in here. I got a good group inherited, and then we went out and recruited a group to complement what was here. The year before I got here, they finished 13th out of 14th. Last year, obviously, we finished 4th and lost in the conference championship. We won 20 Division I games, and this year we were picked to win the Sun Belt and fighting to do that. So just getting the right guys in here, building the culture, and then our fan base has been electric. We're second in the Sun Belt in attendance average. Only, I think we're 9 people short of being the leader of average attendance in all Sun Belt basketball. So this community loves basketball. Northeast Arkansas loves basketball, and they've really embraced it. And so we've really got a lot of good energy going.
I mean, in the NIL world that we live in today, you're a mid-major. What are some of the challenges you face?
Up until NIL, I really felt like you could win recruiting battles by outworking people, having better relationships with people, being a better talent evaluator. Now, unfortunately, too often it comes down to, what's the dollar amount? And it's became way more transactional. I really don't enjoy that piece of it. I'll tell you what, we've got a good group of guys that didn't make the decision to come here just based on a dollar amount, and I think that's helped us with our culture. But I do think the student athletes should make money. So
I agree.
It's
the old axiom. The pendulum always swings too far.
Yes.
And I think the pendulum has swung too far. I mean, it was ridiculous that you could sell a jersey with someone's name on the back, and if you gave him a tattoo, he could lose his scholarship and not be allowed to play again.
It's unbelievable. And now it's gone all the way from that to starting in April, the payments will come directly from the universities. Revenue sharing. So student athletes will now get a check from the university. So St. John's University will cut a check to their point guard from the university, and that is his revenue sharing payment.
You literally never thought you'd see that.
Never. If you would have said that 10 years ago.
Well, Ed O'Bannon.
Yeah.
The Ed O'Bannon decision. And they're right. I mean, if their names like this are being used, it's now being abused. And that's what the issue is. What I don't like is, personally, I don't like that players could change every year.
Yeah, the transfer portal. It's that's one thing that I think's a problem. Obviously, I don't know that we're teaching young men how to fight adversity, how to battle adversity at the first sign that they may have to work or that they may have to battle for playing time. The easy answer is that they can transfer. Now they can transfer. They can go to 4 different schools in 4 years.
Yeah.
Well, shoot, if they're even limited to 4 years, they may get a 5th year. Now they've got kids that play junior college that have sued the NCAA, and now they're going to play. There's a kid at Vanderbilt who's going to play another year of college football because he sued the NCAA, and they said his junior college playing experience doesn't count against his eligibility.
So you have veterans now.
So what happens here if he breaks a passing record at Vanderbilt? Is that a valid record?
No.
If he got an extra year?
I think those are just a big giant asterisk under now.
It's just too much up in the air. The transfer portal. There's positives, I think, to it. I think I liked it before. You got to sit. You got to sit.
I'm not sure I like that you sit, but I think maybe if you limit it, maybe that you could only be, you can't stay in the place 2 years, and that you can't move more than twice.
What's the negative to having to sit?
Well, I think that if you have a coaching change or something like that.
Yeah,
That's what
fine.
I always felt bad about.
Yeah.
Coach leaves.
Coach,
and
you
they
don't have to
gotta
sit. Coaching change, you don't have to sit.
Right. But if you
there's a
decide
coaching
to leave,
change, you don't have to sit. If you choose to leave for any other reason outside of a coaching change or a real personal or family issue or dilemma, then
Okay, I could go with that.
Then you sit. I don't think, back when that was the rule, the guys that I coached that had to sit, I felt like they gained valuable experience. They got an extra year of practice. They, under their belt, they were able to learn the system, get a little stronger. I don't think there was many negatives to it, to be honest with you. But you're right. It's unfortunate. You'll see the largest number of transfers ever this year, as I would imagine, and that number is only going to grow.
Yes, I look what happened with Seton Hall last year.
Yep.
They won the NIT, had a couple of good players, and then they lost everybody. I mean, Richmond ends up at St. John's.
Yeah.
I mean, Dawes goes down
And what
to
did Patino
Mississippi.
say about that? Did you hear what he said?
No, I didn't hear what he said.
He said, if it didn't have to do with NIL.
Oh, yeah, he was
directly
saying.
from Patino's mouth. He said Kadari would still be at Seton Hall
Yeah.
playing for Shaheen.
Yeah, that Seton Hall has no money.
And I give credit to Coach Patino, one of the best to ever do it, to actually admit that. I mean, he knows. I mean, it's a financial piece.
Well,
But on the same token, how do you get mad at a young man
No,
for
you can't.
for saying, hey, no, I got to go get this money?
Especially someone who's probably a fringe prospect in the pros.
Yeah, lack of shooting. Yeah, I mean,
If he plays in the G League, he's lucky. So he's getting this money now, and it puts him on the right track that you could financial viability. And
1,000%.
I don't blame the players. It's just there's got to be a way to find a happy medium where it's not out of control, but the players have the power.
it's hard for a mid-major guy too. Like you bring a kid in, diamond in the rough, or an under-recruited player. You bring him to your program, he lights it up. You know the other programs are looking at that almost like, here we go. They're going to poach him as soon as possible. So it's difficult.
Here's the reality. On the other side of the transfer portal, coaches are able to move kids, right? So if you did a poor job of evaluating somebody and you offered that young man a scholarship and he came and he just wasn't good enough, at the end of the year you can say goodbye. And so I just feel like the evaluation process isn't as authentic as it was. People are like, you know what, I'll take a chance for a year.
Yeah.
If I don't like him, I'll get rid of him. How many times would Dave got rid of Rico by now? The transfer portal was in effect at Barstow.
I mean, it's there has to be a
He negotiated
balance.
his NIL.
There has to be a balance, I think.
Yeah,
That's what I'm hoping for today. You find a way to balance it.
it's me too. I'm afraid that it might be too far gone. Maybe I shouldn't say that. I don't know. They opened the door with no guardrails. You're a guy that doesn't like highways. They put you on the highways with no brakes.
Yeah, well, that's why I avoid the highway. That's why I only drive on local roads.
Understood. I don't blame you.
I mean,
Speaking of, it's
It'll come back. I
Yeah.
think. It'll eventually come back. You
It
guys
has to. It
you
has
guys
to.
got linked up through me basically on your AFC East rivalry, so to speak.
Yes.
Big
Yes.
Bills guy, Miami
Big
Dolphins
Dolphins
guy,
guy.
as we know.
and
it's not a rivalry anymore. It's not a
No, it's
rivalry
not.
anymore. These Dolphins are pathetic.
have we won
They
7 out
have,
of the last 8?
No, it's not. It feels like it's even more than that. It's the only game the Dolphins won is because the Bills almost died of heat stroke.
Yeah, I've done that. I've gone down there as a Bills fan to Hard Rock. They make us sit in the dead baking sun.
Oh, I love it.
It's absolutely awful.
I love it. I went to the season opener a couple of years ago when the Dolphins played the Patriots.
Yeah.
And the Patriots are like on the bench, they're like
Yeah.
dying. They actually had to grab a table and shield the players on the side.
I couldn't even get a proper buzz. I was just sweating. Just sweating.
I mean, it beats down on the visiting sideline. It just beats down on them.
So here, I got a question for you.
And you know, people might complain about it, but it's the same thing of going up to Buffalo in December. It's
It is.
called home
That's what
field
it is.
advantage.
Yeah.
Wait till you see our new stadium. And everybody, why didn't we make we put a roof? No, that's our advantage.
No,
But we do
there's
have this.
too many roofs.
Yeah, we do have the cool technology. I think like 40% of the stadium's covered maybe. And when the snow hits the roof that is there, it immediately melts. It's all wired and heated.
I heard that they're going to install the same type of field that they have at Lambeau Field,
Okay.
which is like a natural grass. It's considered to be like one of the best in the NFL.
Yep.
That's specifically, there's like heating pipes underneath to keep the grass warm
Yep.
and nutrient rich so it doesn't go bad.
Okay.
And it stays green.
Whatever
all
Josh
year.
Allen wants, Josh Allen gets. Best quarterback in the NFL, MVP.
Should have been the MVP.
But
this
where are
year.
you at with Mahomes? Because you beat him in the regular season.
don't-
Where are you at with that? Like, do you think
we beat
you just
okay,
might have
yes.
your number?
No, I mean, right now it looks like he has our number. But I'll tell you this: we got a first down on third and fourth down. The fact that we're relying on 6 foot, 280-pound sideline judge to come in and spot the ball 10 seconds after the runner went down with a pile of 350-pound linemen, and he just randomly gets to decide where the ball goes. That's how the MVP season ended. It's horrific. It's horrific. Put a chip in the ball. If it's a first down, it's going to tell you it's a first down. We move on. We would have went to the Super Bowl. We could face the Eagles. Coach Sirianni's from my hometown, Jamestown, New York. That would have been a great storyline. And instead, America had to watch a horrible Kendrick Lamar concert and an absolutely awful Super Bowl.
Oh, how about the graphics on Fox?
Oh,
The scorebook. That was like the cherry on top of the
Oh, it's
terribleness of it.
And can I got another hot take. I don't care if I ever listen to Tom Brady again.
Oh God,
It's tough.
he needs to go. He needs to just realize his future is in the front office.
Yeah, great quarterback, bad on television. Tony Romo, subpar quarterback, great on TV.
Oh no, he's terrible. He is horrible.
I think
The
Romo's
absolute
got
worst.
a little. He was hot early. I think he.
Well,
kinda
you don't like
jumped
Romo?
up.
Oh, he's terrible.
He's the high voice a little bit is too much sometimes. I think he's turned the corner.
Troy Aikman, great quarterback, great analyst.
Aikman's the goat.
Agree?
You know, yes. You know,
Rob
All the
Gronkowski, great football player, horrible on television.
Rob Gronkowski.
He just tries too hard.
You know what it is? He's almost like a mascot. He's affable. He's goofy. He's perfect for a pregame show.
Also from Buffalo, New York. Williamsville North High School.
Now,
So now that
you mentioned Jamestown. Now,
Yes.
What famous sitcom stars from Jamestown?
I love Lucy.
Yep.
Lucille Ball, my friend, Celeron, New York. You know who else is? Oh, you're gonna like this. You're gonna love this. Who? That is a leader of a professional sports organization.
Oh God.
Is from Jamestown, New York.
Oh, Rob Manfred.
Roger Goodell.
Really?
Rob Manfred's up from up there too, I think.
I don't think he's from Jamestown.
But he's from upstate New York.
Roger Goodell is from Jamestown, New York.
Really, I did not know that.
Jamestown, New York, my friend.
I know his father was like briefly a senator in New York for like maybe like
Yeah.
a half a term.
He's from.
I did not
The
know
guy
that.
is from Jamestown, New York, and yet the Bills still get screwed in every possible scenario. I was there. I saw it with my own eyes. I could have jumped out of my seat and correctly spotted the ball.
Being a Dolphin fan with a long history of hating the Bills, I mean, the Bills got screwed. That was Montreal, the WWF screw job.
Yeah. So we got on the quarterback thing for a while. Coin flip. I mean, Lamar Jackson's obviously elite. So I mean, you could have gone either way, right? But Lamar.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why Josh Allen deserved it more.
Yep.
Derrick Henry doesn't play for the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, Derrick Henry's a specimen.
Derrick Henry doesn't play for the Buffalo
He's
Bills.
a specimen.
And not that I want to take it away from Lamar Jackson because of Derrick Henry, but the stats are the same.
Yeah.
And the Bills, that means
Beat him when it
Josh
mattered.
Allen had to do it more himself
He did. He
than
did.
Lamar Jackson had to do because he had that extra help. There's a better
And-
roster around Lamar Jackson, and that if you're doing a coin toss, That's the deciding factor.
Yeah, I can roll with that. I do think Lamar's a great quarterback. But yeah, Derrick Henry is. I mean, when we went down there in whatever week 4, whatever it was, and they just ran all over us, I was like, who's going to beat this team? I mean, how do you tackle Lamar and Derrick Henry just on back-to-back plays? But what's your? Obviously I was at Alabama before I came here. Okay,
Yes.
so I got a lot of Roll Tide in me. Man, I got to be there for the last several years of the GOAT with Nick Saban. I know you probably didn't enjoy his time in Miami, but we're not going to talk poorly about Nick Saban on this walk. So
Yeah,
Tua.
Mr. Dante Culpepper.
yeah, Tua. Is it where do you stand?
Might just be bad luck.
I think he's fragile. I don't think he is I don't think he's long for the league, especially when you have a general manager who says, offensive line is overrated. You don't really need a good offensive line. Go. Are you on the offensive line? I'm not.
I'll tell you this: the last concussion that he got, I watched that.
But who was the first one to give him a concussion? And he wasn't called a concussion, but he was concussed and he came back and won the game. Matt Milano, remember?
Oh, yeah, that's right. And the Bills gave him the last one too, correct?
The last one technically. Although I think he probably got one afterwards.
So that was the one he got hit. He tried to run in the red zone, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, dove.
Yeah, dove, and he got hit by DeMar Hamlin. And he got up and walked back to the sideline after laying there for a while and was doing the posturing. And I'm telling you, I read his lips. I swear he looked at somebody and said, "Did I get hit?"
Yeah.
I literally
That's scary.
forgot about that until this moment. But like he walked back, went to the sideline, and I was like, "Come on, man." Because I mean, you want to talk about a good human being? I don't know him on a personal level, but everybody at Alabama spoke about him like he was phenomenal.
But here's the issue. They don't bring in a backup quarterback. They don't have an offensive line. It's malpractice from Chris Greer. And that's what frustrates me about being a Dolphin fan.
Yeah.
It's just the incompetence. And of course, Buffalo, maybe next year it finally happens for him.
I hope so.
I tell you the team.
We got a great GM and a great head coach. I love Bean. I love McDermott. I think the culture's great.
As much as I hate to say it, Buffalo deserves it. They have a good, loyal fan base. Tired of the Chiefs. I can never really fully embrace Phil. I like Saquon Barkley, but it's just Philadelphia fans, you know.
Yeah.
I can't.
So the Chiefs, if I'm not mistaken, I'm obviously been preoccupied here for the last couple of months, but the Chiefs have to. The roster's got to go, right?
Yeah, they're going to.
Salary cap wise, they're in trouble. Aren't they?
I think they're going. I think Travis Kelce's going to retire. I
And
think Travis Kelce's going to retire.
because I was there at the game, and their fans were actually very respectful. The Chiefs fans were. I wanted to hate them, but I couldn't. And on the way out, one guy said, "Don't worry about it. Let us get our three-peat," which they did not. But let us get our three-peat because we lose this entire team next year.
Yeah, they're gonna the salary cap. They're gonna have to pay the piper.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good luck on this season. Hopefully, we're able to get you into March Madness. You know, I think Arkansas State is an exciting team. They got a good roster. You've done a great job here, and I want to thank you for joining. And Wolves up.
Wolves up. Thanks, Frank.